Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a well-known fact now. I would say we can all universally agree that She-Hulk has been an unmitigated disaster. It sort of defines Phase 4. Awful. Awful. Jumbled up mess. Trying randomly to move off into different directions. With no success, no clear direction, just a disjointed shit show. Not only that, She-Hulk is the perfect representation of the current direction Marvel's in, where they hate everything that came before it. I mean, She-Hulk literally does that. It sets everything up, which is what, has established Marvel reasonably well, and then goes, ha ha ha, pfft, we're not doing that. And you're like, what? That's not cool. That's a weird thing to do. Not only that, Jessica Gao is more than happy to be touted as a troll. And randomly, this is for a kids show, really happy to be proud of She-Hulk being the horniest Marvel title. Okay, Groomer. This is for kids. I mean, it is. Like, it's a kids show. Doesn't sit right with me. Weird. Really weird. But anyway, let's take a look. And then we'll give you some background as well on other things that this reprobate has said. So Disney Plus's recent She-Hulk Attorney at Law was far from graphic in its depictions of sex. The actual act was only ever implied, but it was the first Marvel Studios project to focus on a single woman with an active dating sex life, something that initially gave the studio higher-ups concern. I mean, that alone, what a weird statement to make. It's the first project, this is for kids, it's the first project to focus on a woman, a single woman, with an active dating and sex life. It's like, anyone under 14 doesn't need to know this stuff. Like, what are you doing? Really, it's bizarre. Like, I don't understand. And don't get me wrong, like, kids know about this stuff, but you don't need to either encourage it as well and glorify it. So discussions about sex have never exactly been taboo in the MCU. We even saw Cersei and Icarus engage in a brief thing in Eternals, but again, that was panned. Isn't it funny, all this stuff that they keep bringing in keeps panning them? But She-Hulk definitely up the ante, with Jen Walters joyfully confirming that Captain America... before later declaring that she smashes Matt Murdock. Because, the series' more relaxed attitude and sex-positive approach, again, you shouldn't be sex-positive, not like that. Like, sex is nothing to be ashamed of course it's not. But, like, being ultra-positive about it as well? Can we not have a middle ground? Where, you don't need to be ashamed of yourself, but you also don't have to force it? Can we not have that middle ground? The more, I don't know, dare I say it, centrist approach. Was good. Nah. Anyway. But, anyway, this has earned the title Marvel's Horniest Show, which is a moniker Jessica Gao is proud of. Because, of course, she is. And she says, She-Hulk's finale hopefully allows more Marvel projects to get a little weird. One of my proudest accomplishments is how this was the horniest Marvel show so far. And this is why she was speaking to Empire magazine. But this person, again, huge reprobate. Huge reprobate, because she even turns around here. This is someone that just has absolutely no idea what they're talking about with regards to writing at all. Because she really struggled with the show's divisive season finale. So, what? So, you're happy, you love it, you think it's going to be good for her, what's going on here? We really, really struggled with the finale. We started off doing a lot of versions of the finale that were much more just like straight and very, very Marvel movie. Again, this is the thing that people wanted. Unmitigated disaster. And they only wanted it because of how you wrote the show. If you didn't set the things up that you set up, people wouldn't expect it to go the way it did. But your weird, incessant need to subvert expectations rendered the finale a complete joke. But yeah, they're saying how essentially how they struggled with it all. But remember, ladies and gents, this is someone that has actively said they are happy to troll the fans. And they are fans, because she claims that the trolls, the people that she's trolling are trolls, not fans. But they're fans. So she says, our writer's room opened 3 years ago, suggesting that the move was pre-planned, sorry. The fact that we were able to predict what the reaction was going to be, what a lot of the trolling comments were going to be, that's because you set it up. You set it up and painted a garbage show for people to comment on how garbage it was. You idiot. Really shows how very tired and unoriginal these trolls are. What shows how tired and unoriginal you are, that you would set up things and elements which leave it so wide open for the most basic critique. And that really tickled me, because the little troll that lives inside of me really loves trolling the trolls. Right. Okay. But that's not really done very well, has it, ladies and gents? You know, it's not exactly blown up. It's not exactly been a fantastic result for She-Hulk overall. Not exactly good on the rating side of things. And then this one, oh yeah, super proud. We want to make a sex-positive show. This is for children at the end of the day. Remember that, like, it's for children. If it was for adults, why would you then be setting up that? It doesn't make any sense. It's either adult or it's not. Well, it does make sense, this bizarre focus and drive on ridding children of their innocence. So bizarre. So again, don't get me wrong, like, I was a kid, like, I know what I knew back then, but I also can predict how I would have turned out if I knew more and it was normalized. You know, a certain reserved approach to some things is good. It's very good. But anyway, here you go. Unmitigated disaster. That is She-Hulk. What an absolute joke. The horniest MCU yet. Yeah, man. Nah.